Before Netflix and chill, there was the drive-in movie date. Instead of sitting on a couch scrolling through streaming apps, teenagers parked massive Chevrolets under giant movie screens and prayed the windows wouldn't fog up too fast. Every generation had its own weird dating ritual. On this channel, we explore these generation gaps through every era of history. So, if you want to see how dating completely changed through every generation, hit that subscribe button. Now, let's go back to 1950. The 1950s. The physical contract of romance where a heavy ring wrapped in yarn meant you were off the market. Number 5, the going steady date. Back then, you didn't just change your relationship status on Facebook, you handed over your actual property. A boy would give a girl his heavy Letterman jacket or his high school ring. And since the ring was always way too big, girls would wrap it in thick yarn so it wouldn't slip off their finger. Going steady meant you were officially locked in and off the market. It was the ultimate relationship goal. The ultimate stadium flex where walking out with the quarterback defined high school royalty. Number 4, the after football game date. In the 50s, high school football wasn't just a sport, it was the absolute center of the universe. If you were the star quarterback, you were basically royalty. Walking out the stadium under those bright Friday night lights with a girl on your arm was the ultimate status symbol. It was the classic American dream. The innocent chrome stool hangout where sharing a single glass made it official. Number 3, the soda fountain date. This was the perfect low-pressure first date. You'd walk down to the local drugstore, hop onto a spinning chrome stool, and order one cherry milkshake with 2 straws. Think of Pop's Diner and Riverdale before things got crazy. It was cheap, sweet, and totally public. If people saw you sharing a shake here, it was official. You guys were a thing. The holy grail of teenage privacy hidden inside a massive steel Chevrolet. Number 2, the drive-in movie date. This was the holy grail of teenage freedom. Parents thought you were actually watching the movie, but let's be real. The back row of a drive-in theater was the only place in the 1950s where a couple could get some real privacy. You'd pack into a massive Chevy, hang a heavy metal speaker on your window, and pray the glass didn't fog up too fast. It was the birth of teenage car culture. The high-stakes gymnasium ritual where you had to dance in your socks to protect the floor. Number 1, the sock hop date. The undisputed number 1 date of the 50s. If you wanted to get close to your crush on a Friday night, you went straight to the school gym. But here's the catch. To protect the freshly polished wooden floors, everyone had to take off their shoes, and that's why they called it a sock hop. Think of the big dance scene in Back to the Future. It was loud, sweet, supervised by 3 nervous teachers, and the ultimate test to see if your crush would hold your hand during a slow song. The 1960s. The explosive alcohol-free rock venues where mod fashion and youth independence completely took over. Number 5, the teen club date. These were alcohol-free clubs built strictly for teenagers. Local rock bands would play live, the lights were super low, and the energy was pure chaos. It was the place where you dressed up in your coolest mod outfits, showed off your wildest dance moves, and finally got away from your parents for a night. The wood-paneled teenage sanctuary where a single closed door stood between you and your parents. Number 4, the basement rec room date. As suburban houses grew, parents made a huge mistake. They gave kids the basement. The rec room became the ultimate teenage sanctuary. It always had wood-paneled walls, a portable record player, and a cheap couch. While parents were upstairs watching the news, you and your date were downstairs spinning vinyl records with a little bit of actual privacy. The sun-kissed group getaway where romance moved casual, loud, and directly to the sand. Number 3, the beach group date. Thanks to all those vintage Hollywood beach movies, summer romance moved straight to the sand, and this wasn't a quiet, formal dinner date. It was a massive group of friends bringing a portable radio to the beach, surfing all day, and flirting under the sun. It was the start of dating becoming super casual and relaxed. The Hollywood horror hack where waiting for a giant monster to jump was the perfect excuse to get close. Number 2, the drive-in movie date. The drive-in was still huge in the 60s, but the movies changed. Hollywood started dropping wild science fiction and monster movies. It became the perfect psychological hack for dating. You just wait for the giant monster to jump out and scream, and use that exact moment of terror as an excuse to wrap your arm around your date. The electric transition from polite swaying to doing the twist under the eyes of anxious teachers. Number 1, the school dance date. The number 1 spot for the 60s goes to the school dance. It evolved from the sock hop, but the energy was totally different. The smooth doo-wop music was gone, replaced by the electric, rebellious sounds of the British invasion. Think early Beatles. You weren't just swaying politely anymore, everyone was doing the twist. It was high energy, a little rebellious, and completely defined the decade. The 1970s. The unvarnished, rustic truck getaway where dropping the tailgate and lighting a fire defined freedom. Number 5, the bonfire date. Picture this. A group of teenagers drive their trucks out to a hidden field or a beach, light a massive bonfire, and drop the tailgates. Someone always brought an acoustic guitar, and couples would huddle up under big blankets to stay warm. It was rustic, free, and completely disconnected from the adult world. The formal, rare rite of passage where staying out until sunrise in a tuxedo was the ultimate goal. Number 4, the after-prom date. Prom in the 70s was a huge deal, but the real date didn't even start until the dance was over. Couples would hop into their cars, drive out to scenic overlooks, or just stay out until sunrise while still wearing their tuxedos and formal dresses. It was like a wild rite of passage into the adult world. The dimly lit underground haze where beanbag chairs and classic rock records ran the night. Number 3, the basement party date. The basement was back, but in the 70s, the lights were turned way down. Think of the classic circle scenes in That 70s Show. There was always a fog of mystery in the air, beanbag chairs all over the floor, and a massive stack of classic rock records playing in loop. It was totally unscripted, super casual, and run 100% by the kids. The roaring V8 version of Tinder where striking up a conversation happened at a red light. Number 2, the cruising date. Gas was cheap and cars were massive. Cruising meant driving slowly down the main street of your town with the windows rolled down, blasting rock music on the 8-track player. You'd pull up next to another car at a red light, start talking to someone cute, and figure out where everyone was hanging out later. It was basically Tinder, but with a roaring V8 engine. The sweaty, high-energy glass floor competition where you had to match the rhythm or lose your date. Number 1, the disco dance date. The absolute king of 70s romance. If you wanted to impress a date in 1977, you had to know how to move. Think John Travolta in Saturday Night Fever. You put on a polyester shirt, hit the glowing glass dance floor under a massive spinning disco ball, and matched the beat. It was glamorous, sweaty, and super competitive. If you couldn't dance, your date would easily find someone else who could. The 1980s. The flashing sensory overload world where buying flowers was replaced by crushing the high score. Number 5, the arcade date. If you wanted to show a girl you were cool, you didn't buy her flowers. You walked up to a flashing arcade cabinet, dropped your quarter on the glass, and absolutely crushed the high score in Pac-Man or Street Fighter. The arcade was a total sensory overload of neon lights and electronic sounds, making it the perfect low-pressure place to laugh, flirt, and share a joystick. The neon-colored Blackyard Splash where boomboxes and water games defined endless summer romance. Number 4, the pool party date. Summer dating in the 80s was all about the backyard pool. You had massive boomboxes, blasting cassette tapes on the grass, bright neon swimwear, and high-stakes games of chicken in the water. It was loud, energetic, and perfectly captured that endless summer vibe that defined the whole decade. The classic cinematic tradition of waiting for the perfect dark scene to slide your arm over their shoulder. Number 3, the movie theater date. The 80s was the golden age of blockbuster movies. Sharing a massive tub of butter popcorn while watching Top Gun, Back to the Future, or a classic John Hughes film was the ultimate weekend plan. Sitting in the dark, waiting for the perfect moment to slide your arm around their shoulder was a total rite of passage. The high-energy word-of-mouth chaos that happened the second someone's parents went out of town. Number 2, the house party date. Think of the wild house parties in Stranger Things or The Breakfast Club. The second someone's parents went out of town, word spread like crazy through the school hallways. Packed with loud synth pop, Crowded hallways and red cups, it was the highest stakes place to finally make a move on your crush. The air-conditioned labyrinth of consumerism where holding hands past neon signs was a weekend staple. Number 1, the mall date. The number 1 spot of the 80s goes to the shopping mall. It was the absolute center of suburban life. A standard weekend date meant walking through a massive air-conditioned maze of neon signs. You'd check out the records at Tower Records, laugh at the novelty shops, and casually hold hands while trying to look like you weren't trying too hard. It was the ultimate teenage playground. The 1990s. The 11 p.m. greasy fry tradition where flirting happened across a vinyl booth with no adults around. Number 5, the after-game date. Whether you went to Denny's or a local 24-hour diner at 11 p.m., the plan was always the same. You order a massive plate of greasy fries, slide into a vinyl booth, and just talk and flirt for hours without a single parent in sight. It was the definitive 90s coming-of-age experience. The 45-minute VHS navigation struggle that made arguing over genres deeply cozy. Number 4, the movie hangout date. This was the legendary era of Blockbuster video. Going on a movie date didn't mean going to a theater, it meant spending 45 wonderful but agonizing minutes walking up and down the aisles of a rental store, arguing over whether to get a horror movie or a rom-com, and then heading home to watch it on a VCR. It was cozy, cheap, and super relaxed. The isolated car headlight circle where a remote fire felt like a small suburban rebellion. Number 3, the field bonfire date. Taking a page out of the 70s playbook, 90s kids loved a good field party. You'd park a circle of old cars and trucks in a remote field, flip on the headlights, light a massive fire, and blast grunge music from a car stereo. It was raw, isolated, and felt like a tiny rebellion against the boring suburbs. The low-budget culinary hotspot where sitting on plastic chairs for hours was the ultimate hangout. Number 2, the mall food court date. While the mall was still around, the real heart of 90s teen culture shifted to the food court. A perfect low-budget date meant grabbing a greasy slice of Sbarro pizza, sitting on bright plastic chairs under humming fluorescent lights, and just talking for hours. It was the ultimate venue for unfiltered conversation. The relaxed flannel gatherings where debating over alternative rock tracks replaced neon chaos. Number 1, the house party date. The number 1 spot for the 90s goes to the house party. But this wasn't the high-energy neon chaos of the 80s, it was way more laid-back. Think flannel shirts, baggy jeans, and sitting in a crowded kitchen or a garage listening to Nirvana, Pearl Jam, or Weezer. It was relaxed, authentic, and completely unpolished. The 2000s. The ultimate mobile palace where a dark parking lot and a custom-burned CD created pure Y2K magic. Number 5, the car hang date. If you had a driver's license and a beat-up Honda Civic, you basically owned a mobile palace. A classic date involved driving to an empty, dark parking lot, turning off the engine, and just sitting there for hours, listening to a custom-burned CD mix you spent 3 days making for them. It was private, free, and the absolute gold standard for Y2K romance. The music-blasting bedroom meetup where the real flirting happened away from the main event. Number 4, the pregame party date. In the 2000s, the party before the party became the actual main event. You'd gather at a friend's house before to get ready, blast music, and hype each other up before heading out to the actual school dance or event. It was the cozy, low-pressure space where the real, authentic flirting happened away from the loudspeakers of the main party. The strategic, high-tech online game where checking their top 8 friends grid was everything. Number 3, the MySpace planned date. The official birth of digital romance. Before you ever met up in real life, you had to carefully manage your identity online. You'd check their MySpace profile, analyze their top 8 friends to see if you made the cut, and read way too deeply into the emotional song playing in their profile background. Sending a message in MySpace to plan a weekend hang was a major high-stakes move. The safety in numbers pack walk, where low-rise jeans and subtle glances did the talking. Number 2, the mall group hang date. Instead of facing the intense pressure of a one-on-one date, 2000s teen loved the safety of the group hang. You'd coordinate a meetup ride in front of Abercrombie and Fitch or Hot Topic with a pack of 6 friends. You'd walk around in your low-rise jeans and graphic tees, communicating through subtle glances while your friends did all the talking for you. The massive pop-punk-fueled ecosystem where surviving the crowd together was part of the plan. Number 1, the House Rager date. The absolute number 1 trend of the Y2K era. Think of the wild, out-of-control energy of the movie Superbad. The 2000s house party was a massive, chaotic ecosystem fueled by pop-punk and early hip-hop. It was loud, incredibly crowded, and required serious teamwork just to hold on to the person you came with. It was high energy, high drama, and high stakes. The 2010s. The sophisticated indie pop landscape engineered to look flawless on a smartphone screen. Number 5, the rooftop party date. In the 2010s, it was all about the aesthetic. You wanted a date that looked like a scene straight out of a cool indie movie. A glittering city skyline, warm hanging string lights, a colorful drink in your hand, and smooth indie pop music playing in the background. It was sophisticated, beautiful, and perfectly designed to look flawless on an iPhone screen. The 10-second disappearing photo stream where dropping your streak meant serious relationship danger. Number 4, the Snapchat planned hang. You didn't call someone's phone number, and you definitely didn't send a formal text. You sent a quick, casual photo with a brief caption that disappeared after 10 seconds. Maintaining a Snapchat streak became the modern version of wearing someone's high school varsity jacket. If you let that streak drop, the relationship was in serious trouble. The filter-heavy vertical video sessions used to check who was interesting before the club. Number 3, the pre-game house party date. Similar to the 2000s, but heavily upgraded with smartphones. You'd gather at a house, film 10-second Snapchat videos of each other laughing with funny filters, and use that relaxed environment to filter out who was actually interesting before heading out to a loud, crowded club where talking was impossible. The 2-word phrase that traded nice dinners for an apartment couch and a streaming app. Number 2, Netflix and chill. The 2-word phrase that completely defined an entire decade of millennial romance. It sounded totally innocent, but everyone on the planet knew exactly what it meant. You didn't go out to a nice dinner or a movie theater anymore. You invited someone straight to your apartment, clicked on a streaming app, and let the algorithm do the heavy lifting. It was the ultimate low-effort date. The grid-obsessed party mission where a relationship wasn't official until everyone double-tapped. Number 1, the Instagram party date. The undisputed number 1 of the 2010s. In this era, you didn't go to a party just to have fun, you went to document it. A successful date meant finding a cool background, taking a perfectly angled photo together, and uploading it to the grid. Your relationship wasn't truly official until it was posted for the world to double tap and comment on. The 2020s. The silent psychological mating call where a single sunset photo is targeted at one exact person. Number 5, the Snapchat story date. The craziest part about today? You don't even have to text the person directly to start a date with them anymore. You just post a beautiful, curated photo of a sunset, a rare vinyl record, or a nice restaurant view directly to your private story, specifically engineered for one exact person to see. It's a silent, high-tech psychological mating call. If they swipe up and reply, the date officially begins. The anti-commercial retreat where loungewear, string lights, and custom Bluetooth playlists run the night. Number 4, the backyard house hang. With public commercial spaces becoming way too expensive and overcrowded, the cozy backyard hang has completely taken over. Picture warm hanging string lights, a small fire pit, casual loungewear, and a private Spotify playlist playing softly from a portable Bluetooth speaker. It's comfortable, safe, and entirely relaxed. The low-risk festival strategy where splitting from the pack tests the waters without the pressure. Number 3, the group hang to private. The ultimate modern strategy to avoid awkwardness, instead of jumping into a high-pressure one-on-one first date, you meet up at a large group event, like a music festival, a night market, or a beach day. If the vibe checks out and the energy is right, you two quietly split from the pack to grab food completely alone. It's the perfect, low-risk way to test the waters. The minimalist concrete evaluation where an iced oat milk latte replaces an expensive dinner. Number 2, the aesthetic coffee date. The formal, expensive dinner date is officially dead. Today it's all about the minimalist, neutral-toned coffee shop. You order an iced oat milk latte, sit at a raw concrete table and evaluate their entire personality in broad daylight. It's low commitment, high aesthetic, and perfectly tailored for the modern attention span. The algorithm-driven food hunt where showing up meant recording video for your own channel. Number 1. The TikTok bland hang. The gold medal of the 2020s goes straight to the algorithm. You don't look up restaurant reviews on old search engines anymore, you let the TikTok algorithm plan your night. A date is born between someone scrolled past a viral, high-definition video of a hidden pasta place or a trendy bakery with aesthetic pastries. You show up, record a quick video of the food for your own story, and enjoy the curated experience. And honestly, dating didn't get worse, it just got weirder. From sock hops and soda fountains to MySpace talking and Netflix and chill. Every generation had its own bizarre way of falling in love. So which era would you actually survive in? And if you want to explore more generation gaps like this, hit that subscribe button.